Welcome back, guys, and this is another video, and today I'm going to share another story of my village. In the last video, you must have watched where I talked about how challenging it was to live in the villages and how beautiful it was actually back then. Today, I'm going to talk about how we used to spend our time in our childhood and as well as in the winter season. In the childhood, as I also talked about, the cricket was our favorite game. We used to play cricket like every single time wherever you're getting a time, you're just playing cricket. So these days I see children who are just carrying books and going to different tuitions and studying, coming back home, going to school and finishing school and then going to different coaching institutes and and studying there. So our childhood was completely different, and we used to go to school not to study but to play cricket. So we used to wait for the interval time, and we used to have long interval like an hour or something around. So we used to play cricket a lot there. And then also sometime when it rains, especially in the evening, sometime it rains, and the evening was so popular timing for us to play cricket. And if it rains, then it spoils our mood. So that kind of a childhood we spent. And then when coming back from school around in the evening, basically around 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock, and then hitting the bag somewhere and putting back somewhere and eating lunch, and then just going to play cricket again in the ground. So these days kids carry books, and at that point we used to carry there used to be a kapde ki ball also. I don't know if you can find it out there, but yes, if you have ever lived in the villages, and definitely you can connect to that kapde ki ball. And then we used to have bat, which is handmade bat, and in our own local place, and then taking it to the field and then coming back in the evening late. So we used to play until it gets dark. So that was a kind of our childhood was. And especially in the winter, what we used to do is that we used to have a kind of fire in between, where the ama boo and other elderly people, they were also sitting, and we used to sit over there and share. We didn't have any stories, but then our grandparents, they used to share stories to us and talking about supernatural things, sometimes talking about their childhood. Sometimes they are scolding us like, okay, you guys, the whole day you're playing cricket and you're not studying, and like this kind of the scolding. But yeah, we love that. And this is another story that I want to take you there. Is one day what happened, we all were planning to go to school, and then have the early in the morning. It was like 10 o'clock school, so we used to go around 7 8 o'clock something, so that we can have that 2 hours time to play cricket. So that was we used to play cricket that much. Right now definitely we really don't have time, but sometime I go to village, like every month I go to my village, and then I sometime I look back and think about how we used to play cricket at that point. But right now we don't have people to play with, and sometimes kids there also on their mobile phone, they are playing different virtual games which they are fond of now. And at that point there was no mobile phone, so we had to go and play it. So that kind of a story that I'm sharing right now. And apart from it, if you see the mountain region, so we are blessed with the mountains. And we right now, if you think that we used to have team games, and if we are watching Hatim, and there used to be a show, I don't know if you remember it, but there used to be Hatim Sakalaka Boom Boom. So we used to watch that, and our lifestyle was also converted into that. So if we are watching Hatim, and then in the evening we'll start making the Dhanush Barn, and then also we are bow and arrow, and then like we are playing with it. So somebody is playing the role of Hatim, somebody is playing the role of Hobo. So that our lifestyle was also revolving around the TV serial that we used to watch. So that kind of childhood we were born and brought up. In that kind of surrounding we were born and brought up. And so that's kind of something that I miss these days in children, is that this is a kind of people who are like free and not having that kind of burden on their shoulder, that okay, I have to be this, I have to be an engineer, I have to be a doctor. That was nothing like that. We just lived the moment. That was the time. and I hope you definitely have your childhood memory also. And please tell us, and you can on comment section you can write about your childhood memory, and please share it with us so that we all can enjoy it and get back to our those golden days. Thank you.